Hello and welcome to the mill. I am your host Dusty Crane, and today we are looking at the introvert variant for Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig's Secrets and Soirees. I have it already set up here, which if you're unfamiliar, we're going to shuffle the Automa cards to form a face down Roberta deck. We're going to create 8 stacks of 5 random face down regular room tiles. This is different from the normal 9 tiles in a stack, but you'll see, I think it makes the selection of tiles much quicker. You're also going to place 4 of these room type tiles cards, just like this over here in Roberg. That's going to form the base of Roberg. We're going to have 1 random throne room in front of us, and we're going to pick a difficulty level. The rulebook recommends level 3. However, I am terrible at this, so I am going to tackle level 1 here today. If you do choose difficulty levels 4, 5, 6, or 7, there is a technique to add some tiles to Roberg before the game begins, but I'll do that possibly in another video, or you'll figure it out. It's super easy. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and have this token, this gray token here, somewhere just close by. That is called the marking token. And if you're playing with the expansion, and why wouldn't you? It's so easy to include. This bonus card right here that is in the expansion is going to be removed from the game, and that is the setup. Very quick, very easy, and you're about to see that playing the game is very quick and very easy too. So let's go ahead and get to it. The very first thing you're going to do is take one of these stacks of tiles and place them. You're going to place them face up. So these are going to go just like this, and we're going to have a decision to make. The very first thing we do is decide what we would like to put in our castle. Now, we have a couple of types that our castle prefers. It prefers the living room, a couple of room types. It has the living room area and the corridor area, and there's a corridor on offer. So let's go ahead and flag this for something that we want for ourselves. Now we're going to draw an Automa card, and any secret rooms, if we're playing with the expansion, any secret rooms are going to take on a corridor for the sake of figuring things out over here. In this case, let's figure out what is valid for the Automa to select. Now, at the very beginning of the game, everything is valid. So I'll wait till we have some stuff over here to get into what valid looks like later in the game. So let's just go ahead and say everything's valid, including what I selected, and as everything is valid, that makes sense. We're going to go 1. We're going to use this number right here. We're going to use just these arrows for the introvert variant. So we already know what that secret room tile that doesn't exist is if it were there. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Roberg is going to select this to put into their castle. Just like that. And this one that I marked is going into our castle, and I'll just put it right there. These 3 things come together, and we have another decision to make. I think we're going to add a sleeping room, just because when I look at, hopefully we can get 6 colors in here to make those worth 4, but it also, this room right here is looking for those sword wall hangings, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to mark this as something I want. Let's see if the Automa has a different idea in mind. Secret rooms in this case would be food rooms this time, but that's not a part of it. Valid tiles. We still don't have anything in Roberg that has 2 tiles in their column. So, and to be honest, everything that is actually here in the shared hand, everything is set for 0. So again, everything is valid, including what I have marked, which again, everything that makes sense. Let's go ahead and do this. 1, 2, this goes into Roberg, and this that we marked goes into our castle here, and we'll just go ahead and put that right there. And this extra tile goes away, and we have just played our very first hand of the introvert variant. So let's go ahead and get another stack of tiles on the board. All right, so what do we want in our castle? Let's see here. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and flag this one right here because it's connected to corridors and it's another color room to add to my castle to help make that sleeping room worth 4 points. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see what Automa does to us. So we know for the sake of this secret room right here that this is going to count as a sleeping room. Now, let's look at sleeping rooms. There, we still have nothing that has 2, so I won't go through that because we'll get to it later. So let's just go ahead and do 6, and it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This secret room is going into Roberg, and it's going to go in at the sleeping room column, just like that. Because it's already in a column, I don't bother putting the new room type tokens on there, but you can if you prefer it. If you like that look, then go ahead and do it. And we're going to go ahead and put this into our castle, and I'm going to put that right there. And let's figure out what we want to mark next. All right, so I think because we're wanting to mark something new to help with these sleeping rooms, I think I'm going to go ahead and, because everything's still valid, I'm going to try and get another, we'll do the hideout this time. And this is a downstairs room, which helps us kind of expand the colors over here. So let's go ahead and see what Roberg is up to, or Roberta. No secret rooms to worry about. Let's see, everything is still valid. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh, it's getting a sleeping room. So now we have something with 2. That means that's going to become high priority for Automa. This is going to come into my castle, and I think I'll put that right. I'll put this right here, and here's why I'm going to, well, let's do this right here. Normally some of those activity rooms don't like sleeping rooms. I think I'm going to take a chance just because maybe, I always think in terms of maybe I can add a tower. We have 1 left, so that goes away. We're moving right around along. We've got 2 of our tile stacks already gone. All right, let's grab another style tack. Let's grab another tile stack. Something like that, right? What do we want to add to our castle? Just in kind of thinking things over, I kind of want that sleeping room because I think I might be able to make that work because I think we're seeing some pretty good colors. Obviously, I don't know what's going on in these other ones, but like, I feel like I could make sleeping room work. But at the same time, if I can't, the thing of it is like this is now going to be the high priority of the Automa, and if I put it there, it's certainly going to try and take that too. So I should probably put 2 things that I'm kind of interested in, and let it know that the nursery could be something I get if the Automa decides to kind of screw with me here. So let's go ahead and try this room type. Well, let's do here because I need this for to make my throne room and to increase the colors of my castle. So let's go ahead and mark that. No secret rooms to worry about. So now we have to figure out what's valid. In this case, the activity room is 0. However, we do have a tile that has between 2 and 4. So what this means is we are now, in terms of the tiles that are valid here, things with between 2 and 4, so we do have sleeping rooms, so this becomes valid. And what I've selected, this becomes valid. So now the Automa is going to do this right here and would possibly take what I chose. However, it's going to go 1, it's going to take this nursery, and it is going to do that, and this is going to enter into my hand, and if I put it right here, it's worth 1 point. However, it's 2 points over here. So let's follow those points, shall we? All right, this is going to be one of those situations where everything in the shared hand is valid because none of these have 2 to 4, which means everything's valid, plus what I select, but everything valid means everything's valid. So let's go ahead and do this because, again, either one of these, actually anything here is going to help me towards making that sleeping room something. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll flip this over. And again, no secret room to worry about. 3. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. It's going to take what I wanted, of course. And now that's another room type that the Automa has 2 of. So that's fine. Now I get to choose what I would like to add to my castle here. And I think one of them is for sure worth 1 point. And the other one is worth... I can make it worth 2. So I'm going to take this one and I'll put this right here because it just does not want to be around outdoor rooms. But right now that's worth 1, 2 points. Actually, I'm going to put this right here because it's the same situation. Worth 2 points this way. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't put an outdoor room. Well, I guess I would put a tower. But I'm thinking in terms of towers. 1 left, this goes away. Let's see what we got here. All right, we're still in a situation of trying to get our sleeping rooms worth something. And even though, and the Automa is for sure going to go after this because there's only 2, how am I going to get this away from it? Only by tricking it, perhaps. So what is a second thing that I could use that would help? Let's go ahead and something that's not going to hurt us, right? Because we are going to possibly lose whatever we choose. Let's do this because I'm going to possibly turn this into maybe another activity room since that's possibly that'll be worth 2 points right off the get-go. So I'm going to mark that and let's see what happens here. No secret room. Oh, this secret room right here is going to be a living room, which is 0. So now we got to figure out what is valid. In terms of the cards in the shared hand, this has priority, as do any sleeping rooms. So how this is going to work now is because there's 2 to 4, that is what it cared about. If there was a sleeping room, that would also be valid. But right now, this and the tile I selected, that's important. Even though when you look at this, you look at the living room area, there's nothing over here in Roberg, but the Automa still cares about that. So we're going to go ahead and do this now. We're going to 1, 2, 3. It went ahead and kept that food room. So now there's 3 of those. And I don't know how I'm ever going to get one of those unless, again, we trick the Automa. So we'll go ahead and take this, put this over into our castle, and get that a token. There's that there. Let's push these together and make another decision. I guess we're going to go ahead and do this because I can make one of these worth 4 points, which is going to help and also going to allow me to get the bonus of drawing a ballroom and placing it in my tower or in my castle. Let's see what Automa has in mind. So no secret rooms to worry about. We are looking at what's valid. So this 0, this one is 1, and this one is 0. So all are valid. It's going to go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is taking what I did again. It's rude. But now these 2 things are mine to choose what to do with. I think I'm going to take the crystal cave because it's another downstairs room, and that would get me closer to choosing any bonus versus one in particular. So this, if I put it here, it'd be worth 1 point. If I put it here, it'd be worth 1 point. If I do it here, it would help make the tower worth more. And I guess I do have some incentive to get some instrument or some activity rooms in this column, right? Maybe I should have been thinking about that. But here we are. That's fine. One tile left. That goes away. And we are off to the races. All right, what do we want for our castle this time? I mentioned wanting activity rooms in my castle, but that's not going to work for how I currently have a sleeping room. So I can't do that activity room right now, but I can do this downstairs room. So I'll go ahead and mark this. Let's see what happens. All right, so this one, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 0. So everything is valid. It's going to go 4 and take my tile again. So it has another downstairs room. So now it's got 2 of those. And I get to pick whatever I want now. So let's do this one, because it's going to be a 2-pointer. Right now, my castle is not working very well. I won't put that there. Or we'll do... I'll do that there. So that's worth 2 points now. And push these together. I'm going to mark this one because I need more room types. So I'm going to do that just to get that added to the castle. No secret rooms to worry about. Number 7, everything is good presently because that is 0, 1, and 0. So everything, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am really beginning to dislike this Automa being mean and taking everything I want. So I guess let's do... I guess I could do this one. It'd be already worth 2 if I did this here. And it would actually help with that too, so there'll be 3 there. So yeah, I guess we'll take that playroom. That does give us 3, so we can make a choice of those. So let's go ahead and get rid of this since that is out of play now. Let's grab ourselves some ballrooms. We'll grab from the middle of the stacks. So for our ballrooms, these are our choices. We have one that likes food rooms, one that likes the utility rooms, and one that likes the activity rooms. And right now, food rooms is going to be worth 3 victory points, and only other one's only worth 1. So let's go ahead and do this one. Well, that one I think will help us the most. So let's add this to our castle. We'll just put this right here. And draw our next 5 tiles. All right, let's see what we want. We definitely want a sleeping room, another sleeping room if we can get it, right? But we definitely need a food room. Let's see how we're doing. We have, in terms of the sleeping room, we have orange. We have purple. We do not have yellow. We do have white. We do have black. We need an outdoor room. And then we have the activity room to make up the other one. Let's go ahead and try, because it's gonna, either one of these, it's gonna want those. So I'm gonna tag this because I definitely want that if I can get it to help If I, well, it's not, and it wants sleeping rooms. Oh man, that's not going to be a whole lot of help except for to make my sleeping rooms worth something. Let's go ahead and we'll just stick with this. Why not? If we don't win, we don't win. That's really not the point of what we're doing here. So, it is going to do it to me again. So let's look at this stuff. This has got 3. This sleeping room has got 3. So, and actually the downstairs, we don't have one here. So these 2 are valid. And if I had selected, this one, then that would be valid as well because I had marked it. Remember, it's 2 to 3, like these tiles in the shared hands, whatever has 2 to 3 or 4 tiles in Roberg, those are valid, including what you selected. So, 1, it's going to go ahead and take this and add it into Roberg. That is going to hurt score-wise, and that is what it is. But now we have our choice of anything in here for ourselves, and let's go ahead and take another sleeping room. Let's just make sure we don't mess with anything score-wise going on here. And hopefully, so that's 1. We had 2 sleeping rooms. We already got our ballroom for those 3. I just need to make sure I'm keeping track because if I add 1 more of these, we can add that tower. So now let's go ahead and decide what we want to add here again. Let's go ahead and take one of these living rooms because I can make it worth something. Although I guess I could do it with the corridor as well. Let's go ahead and just do this. No secret rooms to worry about. It's going to do 6. So this time it's not going to take it because this one has 0, 0, and 1. So everything's valid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going into Roberg. And this is going into my castle. Do that right there. This one's done. And we are nearing the end of it. We want an outdoor room, I think. Let's see. For the sleeping room, we have orange. We have purple. We do not have yellow. We have white. We have black. We don't have green yet. So let's do that. Get one of these. Flip this over. And no secret rooms to worry about. 7. So let's take a look at the things that are valid. 0, 1, 2. So this is valid. Food. This is valid. This is a 0. So now these are the 3 that are valid. Now notice that this only has 1. However, it is the tile type that I selected, so it is going to be a part of the choosing. And it's going to burn me yet again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is outrageous. It's crazy. It's crazy how it keeps doing this to me. But now I have my choice, and I can get a yellow room type into my castle, which I'm going to. I'm going to put this right there. Going to get a couple of points, and let's move these together. So we are in a situation now where what I want is going to get taken no matter what, because the only valid tile is the sleeping room. I guess it's not definitely going to get taken. I'm just saying if I marked it, it certainly would. So this is one where I'm going to hope I can get lucky by selecting something that the Automa might take from me. So if I do if I do an orange, I'm going to get the bonus card. If I do white, then I can go ahead and add to the castle, but it's not really Gonna do a whole lot for me points wise. So let's go ahead and say this. That makes both of these tiles valid for selection, because this one is one I selected. This one has 2. This one has 0. So the Automa has no interest in that right now when it has some priority pieces. So let's see. Hey, that is not what I wanted at all. Again, tried to trick it. It didn't work because it did 1, 2, and it took what I really kind of wanted, which was the dungeon tile. Now that's a priority piece for them, and this is going into my castle per connected. So I guess I'm going to do this, which I might need to adjust stuff. All right, we'll make that adjustment. This is the last piece that is gone. It's gone away. We are down to the very last stack, and let's see what we can use here. Looking at this last hand, I really want that sleeping room because I know I already have all the prereqs for the sleeping rooms done. And if I can get one more sleeping room, I can get that tower to kind of do what I had planned on doing to begin with, which was just, having some big thing here. But I do know Automa is going to go after it. So this is going to be valid because it is, one of the ones they have between 2 and 4 of, but also because I'm selecting it. These 2 are going to be available, and these 2 the Automa doesn't want at all. So let's see what we get here. All right, no wild to worry about. So 4 in this case. We're gonna go. It's gonna get me again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unbelievable. This is going into Roberg, and I have a choice to make. I guess if I do one of these green ones, then for activity room, I've got 1, 2, 3 of those. So this would be a 3-point tile. However, I could do those 3 of these rooms, these living rooms right here, and actually get a throne room attendant, which would probably, I think I have, let's see here, for crossed swords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think maybe I'll do that. And I guess I'll do this one right here since I can tie it to that. Just make sure I don't hurt any of my activity rooms, and it doesn't look like it. So let's put that right there. Push those 3 together. So that's going to be worth at least 1 point right there. Now that I have those 3, let's go ahead, and the bonus for having 3 living room is to choose a throne room attendant. And the throne room attendant for crossed swords, we'll put him right there. Just like that. That's not lined up at all. Do you ever spend your time making sure your stuff's lined up there? All right, we are down to our final choice of the game. We have 3 activity rooms, so that one would be worth 3 points. We also have 3 of those, so that would be worth 3 points. And this one's going to be worth the least. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'll choose the firewood storage because it's the mill. I got like this wood look here, so let's do that. I like the firewood storage, and Automa will probably take it away from me. So in terms of what's valid, it's going to be these 2 tiles are valid. This one, there's none in Roberg. So let's go ahead and see how this plays out. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is going into Roberg, and this is going into our castle, which I guess doesn't really matter so long. Well, this one, if I put it right here, I'm going to make this a 1-pointer, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just go ahead and be safe. We'll put this over here and call it a game. Let's go ahead and do some scorekeeping, and I'll get right back to you. One of the things that is not a part of the setup, but definitely get one of these cards, use it every time, along with these are, I always have these showing just to help remind me, what the bonuses are for what, where the tiles can be placed, above ground, below ground, etc. And this is just a really, really, really helpful one. And then on the other side, you actually get the scoring. So let's go ahead and take this over to Roberg. I'll put that right there between it, and we can see that the scoring as it relates to Roberg. So I said we were playing on level 1 because I'm terrible. So 27 points it starts with. Now, for every column that has, you can see for there's 2, these are worth 0 points. So this one is worth 0 points. However, if it has 3 or 4, it's worth 4 points. So this is a 4-point stack. This is a 4-point stack, 4-point stack, and the 3 is also a 4-point stack. So we didn't let anything get to 9. Now let's go ahead and figure out this castle right here. Okay, as I was totaling the score, I realized that I actually had 3 of these utility rooms and I didn't select a bonus card. So let's go ahead and do that while we're at it, because it's unfortunate. I'm working with a little bit of I guess insider information, being that I got to the end of the game here and not had to make a call then and there. So I'll try not to use that for consideration. Let's go ahead and see what our options are. 2 per activity room, 1 per torch, or 2 per corridor. The corridor, this one is worth 2 points, because I only have the 1. Torches. This is a 4-point card. This one right here is going to be a 6-point because I have the 3. So this one is the one I'm doing. And I believe when I got that third one, I probably already had those in place. That's probably the decision I would have made anyway. But yeah, sorry about that. I'm sure you've probably been screaming at your monitor for, 15 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and continue with scoring. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the final score here for Roberg. Because we were playing on level 1, there is a start base point of 27 points. This stack is worth 4. This one's 0, 0, 4, 4, 0, 0, and 4. So 27 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 43. So 43 points over here for Roberg, and a final score of 43 points over here for Roberg, and 51 points over here for Castle the Mill. And this has been Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig Secrets and Soirees, a preview look at the expansion, just in terms of maybe what this could have looked like. Right here we see, level 2 would have been 5 more points. We could have done that. Level 3, that 10-point jump would have done us in. So a level 1 and 2 victory. Level 3 would have been a loss, but you can easily see after the fact, how you would have done versus these other ones. Another quick thing to mention is this part of the scorecard right here. Over here in Roberg, if they had 7 of these columns with a tile, it would have been an additional 10 points. And that's exactly 7. Now, if they had exactly 8, and this is only doable if you're using the expansion, because you'll have this activity room card right here that won't be present if you play with just the base game, but 13 points if they have a tile in every one of these. So you can see that these are particularly painful penalties, if you will. Although I guess part of it makes up for the fact that if you're building this way, you're probably not building this way, and so the points would be a little bit different there. But there you have it, a level 1, level 2 victory of the Introvert mode for Secrets and Soirees. If you have any questions, please go ahead and drop them in the comments below. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching. Bye.